In the early hours of Thursday morning, the quiet border town of Blida, in southern Lebanon, was shaken awake by gunfire. Israeli soldiers had crossed the border, storming a municipal government building in a rare ground raid deep into Lebanese territory. Inside, a municipal employee named Ibrahim Salameh was asleep, as he often was, spending the night in the building where he worked. When he heard the commotion outside and went to the window to see what was happening, he was shot dead. Lebanese officials say Salameh was simply doing his job. Israel says its forces were targeting what they called terrorist infrastructure linked to Hezbollah, and opened fire only when they perceived a threat. But in Blida, the story is very different. Residents say there were no militants, no weapons, and no reason for the incursion. By morning, hundreds of locals gathered outside the municipal building, furious and grieving. They confronted United Nations peacekeepers from UNIFIL, shouting that the mission had failed to protect them and demanding that they leave the village. For many in southern Lebanon, this raid feels like one violation too many. Lebanese President Joseph Aoun condemned the killing, saying Salameh died while performing his professional duties. He called on the Lebanese army to confront any further Israeli incursions and defend the nation's territory and people. Prime Minister Nawaf Salam went further, saying Lebanon will pressure the United Nations and international mediators to ensure Israel halts its repeated border violations and fully withdraws from Lebanese land. The Israeli army insists the operation was legitimate, part of its ongoing campaign against Hezbollah, which it accuses of embedding fighters and weapons within civilian areas. But even within Israel, the decision to send troops across the border has raised eyebrows. Since the US brokered ceasefire ended the last Israel-Hezbollah war almost a year ago, most attacks have been from the air. Targeted strikes on alleged Hezbollah sites. Ground raids like this one are rare and risky. Each incursion runs the danger of igniting a wider confrontation. The timing couldn't be more tense. The region has been simmering since the Gaza war reignited in 2023, when Hezbollah began launching rockets into Israel in support of Hamas. What began as sporadic exchanges eventually escalated into full-scale war in 2024, leaving parts of southern Lebanon devastated and Israel's northern communities on edge. UNIFIL, the United Nations peacekeeping mission deployed along the border since 2006, expressed deep concern after Thursday's raid, calling it a blatant violation of Lebanon's sovereignty and of UN Security Council Resolution 1701, the very agreement meant to prevent exactly this kind of military action. For the people of Blida, however, diplomatic language offers little comfort. They've lost one of their own and fear that worse may come.